Hello.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. We are in the office.
Yes. In the office, yet far away still.
Exactly, yeah.
So close, but so far.
We are. Yeah, and that's part of our transition this summer, right? We were actually open to the public.
Yes, we
Monday
are.
through Wednesday this summer, and that's been really nice, right?
Yeah, Monday through Wednesday, it has been really nice. It's been nice to kind of slowly get back into the groove of just seeing students again. And I think it's been kind of a nice little, it hasn't been too crazy. It's been like a nice little flow.
Yeah, thanks, students.
Yeah.
We're excited to see, more students here, but also like we're still offering, Zoom in-persons, phone, all of that. I think I saw you on Zoom this morning, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was on Zoom, still on Zoom, Monday through Thursday as of right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So, friends who are watching, when you have questions, there's now one more way to reach us, which is to stop by in person at Plover Hall.
Yes.
And otherwise, we are ready and waiting.
Yes.
Yeah, even though it's summer, contrary to what a lot of folks might think, we are still here plugging away. There's a lot going on actually behind the scenes there.
Yeah, I feel like we never get a rest. I think we get like one slow week and then it's back to crazy. But yes, during the summer, I feel like it's kind of slow student-wise coming in, but we definitely are doing a lot of work behind the scenes to be able to get our students paid, if they're taking any summer classes, as well as getting ready for fall, which is one of our biggest semesters that we have with all the madness.
Yeah. So let's expand on that actually, so students are aware. One of the big things that we're busy doing, in preparation for fall is monitoring student progress, and that is really more what we call satisfactory academic progress, or SAPS for short. And
SAP.
Yeah, and really what that is I know but we're sharing with
everybody. Yes,
our friends out there. That is three things we want students to remember, especially now as you're preparing for fall. That we are obligated as a financial aid office to monitor our students' progress, ensuring that they have at least a 2.0 cumulative GPA, that they are also achieving at least 67% of their units attempted. So that means a student can fail a course, they can withdraw from a course, that's okay. But in the grand scheme, don't do that too much because it has a negative impact.
Yes.
In those cases, when the student's not meeting those requirements, they will eventually lose their eligibility. And of course, we do offer exceptions and things like that, but there's a bit of a process for a student. So we don't want students to have to go through that if they don't have to. So understanding these policies, these procedures is really the best, way for a student to prepare for their success.
Correct. I feel like there's sometimes not enough information given, where a lot of, I know I would as a student assume like, oh, well, I'm going to school, I should be receiving all this aid, but it's not necessarily that way, because I always like to remind students that, at the end of the day, the government is paying us to go to school. So they have expectations where it's like, at least hold a 2.0 and have a completion rate of a 67%. And, I think it's valid, because if that's what our focus is and students want to complete and finish off here and be able to transfer, what better way to do it and get financial aid while doing it?
Totally. Yeah, you're right. And actually that's another good reminder as you talk about, the potential to transfer. It kind of lends into that third factor with SAP, which is that a student needs to, basically we kind of cut students off of receiving financial aid once they reach a certain point based on the amount of units that they've attempted. So the government says 150% is where you get cut off. Sometimes that language gets tricky. I think not everybody thinks in percentages,
Correct.
But a good way to think about it is, the average associate's program requires the student 60 units to earn that, to earn that degree. And 150 units of that is 90. Yeah, so when we're like talking to students and explaining to them, once they reach that 90 or close to 90, they got to remember you're close to getting cut off. We don't want to cut you off, but that's
correct. Well, I think one of the good ways to also put it and remind students is not that we want to cut you off, it's just that we have to remember that you are given financial aid for a lifetime. It's not a lifetime, you only get 6 years of it. So the way that in my brain it works, it's just like, before it used to be 2-year, community colleges were 2 years and then a 4-year. Obviously that has kind of changed throughout the years where it's probably not as, we're not transferring as quickly as before, but it's just keeping that timeline of the 60 units. If not, you get up to 90 units, but you do get cut off because you still want to receive money once you transfer over to a university. Because if we think, community colleges are expensive, just wait until, you transfer over to a university and then it's more a bigger expense.
Yeah. And I think that's important to add that when a student transfers to a bachelor's program, that 90 unit increases. So it actually, like the average bachelor's is 124. So it actually increases to 186, I think it is the cap. So, it's not all lost. If a student's close to 90 at this level, when they transfer, if they're close to 90, they'll be fine when they transfer. It's just really at this level, that's the number that's kind of that baseline to remember. So we are getting students ready for that right now. And, we're just really encouraging, as always, anytime you, our students, have questions, please tap into us as a resource. We want to help guide you. We want to prepare you for your success. And
check your emails. That's the biggest thing. Check your emails, because I know a lot of students out of nowhere in the middle of the semester, or even sometimes towards the end of the semester, they're contacting us and they're just like, hey, I haven't received my money. What's going on? And we also have deadlines because, like Lauren was mentioning earlier, we do allow appeals where you're able to appeal if you've had an extenuating circumstance, but we also have deadlines when you want to appeal. So I think that's the biggest thing for all you students out there to keep an eye out. Just, our website is full of so much great information, but also if you call us, we can help you navigate our website. We're also, since we're always on the topic of different things, throughout this semester, we're really working on with financial aid, lanzamiento, and EOPS. We're working on creating workshops for all of our students and hope to guide you all to know what steps you should be taking in order for you to succeed. And here we have Lauren, who's gonna kind of show us how to navigate to get to our workshops. For this, we had one this summer, and then once fall. Oh, we have a couple. Just kidding, because we have one in July, and then we have a few already for the fall, which it's great.
Yeah, we're ready, and we are excited to offer more. So, students, faculty, friends, if you have a need for more information, in really any capacity, we will be available for one-on-one or presentations, group communication, group contact. In fact, our financial wellness, which we call No Money, No Problems, that's really like a conversational setting, where if you want to talk about budgeting and the challenges or the good things that are working. This is a good place to share about it. So we're just really trying to welcome, the opportunity for students and everyone to share it. So EOPS students know that if you participate in any of these activities, you'll receive contact for that. Anyone else who doesn't know what that means and you want to become an EOPS student, we're soon hopefully to have an EOPS representative join us in these, but I know that they are also, like us, eager and ready to help at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, at the end of the day right now, I know a lot of other departments as well as ourselves, we're trying to help all of our students succeed. We want you all to succeed. We want to help you, and not keep this information from you, but actually give it to you so you know what steps you need to take in order to receive the money that you deserve. We know that right now, more than ever, times are hard financially. So any little bit helps. And that's what we're trying to do by, one, even creating these awesome videos that me and Lauren have been doing, and then doing workshops, and also just trying to put our faces out there when there's events to let you know that we are here to help you and we want you to succeed and fill out your application. You know, that's our biggest thing every time. It starts off with filling out the FAFSA or the California Dream Act, and then we go from there.
Yeah. And I said it before, I'll say it again. If you don't ask, the answer is always no.
Yes.
So getting your application in is the best, and as Trina says, the first place to start. So just know it's not too late to apply. Fall is, by the time this video is out, it'll be about 4 weeks away, I think. And that's still plenty of time to apply. Even once fall started, it's not too late to apply. Let us help you to get you set up for success.
Yes, contact us. We've been saying this since the beginning. We've been saying it for quite some time. We are here in person. We are here on Zoom, by email, by phone. There is a way to get in touch with us, even if sometimes it seems impossible, especially once it gets closer to the fall semester. Obviously, our phones pick up as well as email, but in person and in Zoom, you won't miss us. That's the biggest, most important way you can get a hold of us.
And well, we look forward to it. So everyone enjoy the rest of the summer. We will be plugging away and look forward to seeing folks as we get close to the fall.
Yes.
Thanks,
all right.
Trina, for all you do.
Thank you. Thank you for all that you do. Bye.
Cheers.